good morning students. Myself Savita Kulkarni. So I have started with the 10th standard biology life processes. So in the life processes in our previous classes we have discussed with the nutrition. So today we are going to discuss one more very important topic, that is respiration. Yes students, what is respiration? Yes, I know your answer. You are going to tell it as a breathing. But there is a difference between respiration as well as breathing. Right? Okay. What is breathing? Exchange of gases. Inhaling the oxygen, giving out the carbon dioxide. So that we will call it as breathing. So we can say as breathing is the first step of respiration, but it is not a respiration. Okay, so what is respiration then? Respiration nothing but getting energy from food. Can you understand what I am telling? Getting energy from food. I think you are getting confused. In the previous classes we said nutrition nothing but you are going to take the food, digesting it, you get the energy, right? So don't get confused students. Let me clarify. See, you have taken the food. Food nothing but large molecules. Okay, you had on chapati. So chapati nothing but we consider it as a large molecule. So this large molecule, the first step, it will convert into simple molecule, means which is absorbable form, which will be absorbed by the blood, right? So this simple will be absorbed by the blood. So now just now I said breathing, exchange of gases, taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. So what oxygen you will take, no? Right? So with the help of oxygen, you can convert this food into energy. Hope you are understanding students. Listen. Taking large food molecules, converting it to simple food molecules, this much is called as nutrition or digestion. Now the absorbed food will convert into energy. This part is called as the respiration. Hope you are understanding? Taking the food, converting it into simple form, that much is nutrition. Okay, now the absorbed food by the blood will convert into energy, and this we will call it as respiration. Fine students? Hope there is no confusion now. Yes. Definition of respiration. Respiration is a process by which living organisms produce energy. Living organisms produce energy from food. Energy from food. Right? Okay. Coming to the next one, that is types of respiration. what happens? You are taking the, your food is converted into large molecules into simple molecules. Nothing but it has converted into glucose. C6H12O6. Correct? So this 6 carbon compound, first it will convert. It will go to the blood. The simple food molecules will go to the blood. Blood will carry it to all organs of your body. Your all organs are made up of tissues. Tissues are having cells. Right? Means what happened? This glucose has reached your cells. Right? So just here you know, this is the cell. Right? So it has reached the cell through the blood. As it reaches the cell, it will enter the cytoplasm. It will enter cytoplasm of the cell. Now in the cytoplasm, 6 carbon molecules will convert into 3 carbon molecules, that is pyruvate. That is called as pyruvate. Pyruvate is 3 carbon molecule. Actually the pyruvate formula is C3H4O3. C3H4O3. So 3 carbon molecules means half. 6 into 3 it has become. Where? In the cytoplasm of our cell. Right? So in the cell, what do you find? Mitochondria. In the cell, you find the mitochondria. So now this pyruvate will enter the mitochondria of the cell. This pyruvate will enter into the mitochondria. Right? So during breathing process, you have inhaled the oxygen. So with the help of oxygen, your 3 carbon molecule will divide into single carbon molecule. Single carbon molecule, that is carbon dioxide, with the small amount of water. And the main thing what you are expecting, students? Energy. Nearly 38 ATP of energy will release when you are using the oxygen. Nothing but this is called as aerobic respiration. So let me clarify once again. What is aerobic respiration? Respiration in presence of oxygen. Respiration with the help of oxygen. So that is called as aerobic respiration. Right? So you have taken the simple form of the food that is having 6 carbon molecules. As it enters the cell, it will convert into 3 carbon molecules called pyruvate. Pyruvate enters the mitochondria. It will take the oxygen. What we have inhaled, that oxygen is taken by the mitochondria. It will prepare the energy, and the byproducts are carbon dioxide and small quantity of water. Understanding, students? So what are all the examples for aerobic respiration? Yes, you can take the human beings. You can take the amoeba. Right? You can't say unicellular, multicellular. In amoeba what happens? Aerobic respiration only. But it does with the help of diffusion process. Body surface. See, can you see here? This is amoeba with the nucleus. In amoeba also you find the aerobic respiration. Here what happens? It will exchange the gases to body surface. That is by the process called diffusion. What is diffusion? Movement of molecules from the region of higher concentration to the consideration of lower concentration. So simple type, because it is having one cell, single cell is there. So with the help of that it will do the respiration process. Right? Understanding? Along with this, sometimes you are doing some exercises, you are doing gym, whatever your things are there, that all you are doing. What happens? Sometimes you are getting muscle pain, you are getting cramps in your legs. Why these cramps, pain, that all you are getting? Why? Because, see students, what happens? You have taken the glucose. Glucose has entered into pyruvate, correct? Now it has to convert into single carbon molecule. But sometimes when there is a lack of oxygen, lack means when there is a deficiency of oxygen to your cells, because continuously you are doing work, you are doing exercises, right? You require energy, but energy production is less, right? So what happens during that time? This will not convert into single carbon compound, but instead of that, so from here, in here the process is same students. Conversion of glucose into pyruvate is same. In the cells, in absence of oxygen, absence in the sense lack of oxygen. So better, absence means you will get confused. So we will write lack of oxygen, deficiency of oxygen is there. Instead of converting into single carbon compound, it will form into lactic acid. Lactic acid is 3 carbon compound. It is a 3 carbon molecule. Lactic acid formula is C3H6O3. C3H6O3. So it has converted into 3 carbon molecules. Means what happened? There is no complete conversion. That is what? You are not getting sufficient energy. Here I said 38 ATP you are getting. Here how much? Nearly 2 ATP you are getting. So there is a lack of energy. When energy is not supplied to your cells, automatically they are going to give you some pain, or we will call it as cramps. Following? So this much is about aerobic respiration. Coming to the next one. What is that? Anaerobic respiration. What is anaerobic respiration? Yes. In absence of oxygen. See, glucose is there. Glucose is 6 carbon molecule, C6H12O6. It will enter the cytoplasm. Same students, take here it will be same. It will enter the cytoplasm, right? So in the cytoplasm it will convert into pyruvate, that is 3 carbon molecule. Now what happens? Here we wrote in presence of oxygen, correct? Presence of oxygen. Here what I will write? In absence of oxygen. In absence of oxygen, this 3 carbon molecule will not convert into 1 carbon molecule, but again it will convert into 3 carbon molecule. The 3 carbon molecule is ethanol. It will convert into ethanol. Ethanol formula is C2H6O, right? C2H6O. So C2 means what happened? 2 carbon molecules. It has converted into 2 carbon molecules, not 3. 2 carbon molecules it will convert, but not single. So there is no release of sufficient amount of energy. There is no release of sufficient amount of energy. Small amount of carbon dioxide will release, but how much energy is releasing here? Only 2 ATP. Hope you know ATP, adenosine triphosphate. absence of oxygen. Right? Anaerobic respiration, getting energy with the food in absence of oxygen. In absence of oxygen. So this is called as anaerobic respiration. Right? So when there is absence of oxygen, automatically this energy production is very less. Very less it is. Right? Only 2 atmospheric, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, but here you are getting nearly 38 atmospheric pressure. Okay, fine. But this absence of oxygen, in which type of organisms you find? We find it in case of yeast. Hope you remember fungi? Yes. So in the yeast, we find the absence of oxygen. In bacteria, absence of oxygen means anaerobic type of respiration we find. So this is also called as fermentation. This is also called as the fermentation. Okay students? So aerobic in case of amoeba, man, higher organisms. Anaerobic respiration in case of yeast, nothing but fungi, it may be bacteria. In such organisms, in absence of oxygen, so these are the 2 types of the respiration called aerobic and anaerobic. So one of the important topics students, it is nearly of 3 marks question. 3 equations you are getting here. One is presence of oxygen, lack of oxygen, absence of oxygen. 3 equations are there. Right? So they may ask you only about when you are getting the cramps, why you are getting the pain in your muscles, that question may come. Or what happens actually in the aerobic respiration, they may ask you. What about fermentation? Like that they may ask you. One of the important topic it is. Hope you are noting down. Right? Yes students. So coming to the respiratory system. What about plants respiration before we start with the human respiratory system? Yes, in the nutrition lesson also I told you, remember, even plants will take in oxygen, give out carbon dioxide, that is the respiration. Right? So they will take in oxygen, carbon dioxide, what will release, no, that will be utilized for photosynthesis. Right? So how the exchange of gases takes place in stomata? Yes. Sorry, plants, stomata. Stomata helps for gaseous exchange. Right? So coming to the next one, that is respiratory system. Yes, just now I have discussed in amoeba, diffusion type. What about fish students? Yes, gills helps for respiration. Where you find fish? Aquatic. Right? So in the aquatic animals what happened? Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen they have to take and they have to do their respiration. But let us start with the higher organism, that is man, human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. As you all know, we are all terrestrial. We have a well-developed lungs for our respiration. Right? So what all comes under our respiratory system? It starts with the nose. We'll call it as nasal cavity. These openings are called nostrils and this is the nasal cavity. Can you see here? Nasal cavity. This is the nasal cavity. Here you find hair, mucus, that all the things you find. Right? Then it will be continued. This back portion, that is called as the pharynx. Then this is larynx. Larynx is also called as our voice box, which helps to produce the voice. So this is the larynx. Then continued with trachea. Trachea will be having the branches called bronchi and bronchioles, and these are the lungs. And here you find a thin membrane. This is called diaphragm. This is called as diaphragm. Right? In between these two openings you are going to inhale the oxygen. It might be having some microbes, some germs it might be having. So as the air enters our nasal cavity, just inside the nose, there you find mucus, slimy substance. And here you find the hair mucus are going to hold the dust particles, germs, everything it will hold for a second. Right? Hold in the sense it will clear. After clearing, then what happens? The air will enter to the next part, that is pharynx, then larynx, next trachea. Trachea speciality, see students, can you see C-shaped rings here? Even here I have done. This is the trachea. C-shaped rings you find. What is the importance of these C-shaped rings? They are going to protect your trachea. It shouldn't get collapsed. So it is going to protect the trachea. What happens? You have taken one polythene bag, plastic bag you have taken. You are going to blow the air. Yes, it will expand. You will remove the air. What happens? Suddenly it may collapse. Right? The same problem may occur in our body, in our respiratory system. It shouldn't. That is what these C-shaped rings are present, which will protect our trachea, which will protect our respiratory system. Right? Then this trachea is having the branches. If you can't see here properly, here you see. So this trachea is having the branches. See, it looks like a branched tree, like that it looks. These branches are called bronchioles. What they are called? Bronchioles. Right? Bronchioles are again having so many branches. See, this one you can see. Which is called as bronchial tree only because it looks like a tree. Right? So at last these branches, how they end? They will end with this type of small bag-like structures. The bag-like structures are called as alveoli. Right? Here you can see this structure. This is the alveoli. They are round in shape. Right? Covered with the blood vessels. They are covered with the blood vessels. Because what happens? Your oxygen, what it will enter now? It will go to the alveoli. Alveoli is having blood vessels. So that blood will carry the oxygen. Wait students, come back to the structure first. Alveoli, and these two are covered with the lungs. These two are covered with the lungs. Lungs are covered with, can you see here? The bones, these are called ribs. The lungs are protected. They are covered with the ribs. And this we will call it as our chest cavity. This is called as the chest cavity. Hope you are understanding students. First I told you what are all the parts of the human respiratory system. So it is the nose, nothing but the nasal cavity. Next a common opening is there. Next continues with the larynx, trachea, bronchus, bronchioles, alveoli, lungs. Here you find a membrane that is called as diaphragm. Okay, let me start with the mechanism now. How the mechanism starts? You have inhaled the air. Gas you have taken. Right? So first what happens in the nasal cavity? Cleaning. Dust particles, germs, whatever is there, they shouldn't enter our respiratory system. So here the mucus cavity, the mucus will hold it. Now the air will enter the larynx, which is your voice box students, from where we find the production of the voice. Next trachea, bronchioles. At last where it will reach? Yes, alveoli. Alveoli is covered with the blood vessels. So your oxygen will be taken by the blood. So that we will call it as oxygenated blood. Right? So first step is breathing. You have inhaled the oxygen. Oxygen will go to the lungs. Lungs nothing but the alveoli part. Alveoli will give it to the blood. This is the second each and every cell of our body. That is called cellular respiration. That is called cellular respiration. As it enters the blood here, as you know students, blood is having the cells called RBC, WBC, platelets. Okay. When you take the RBC, red blood cells you can call, or it is called red blood corpuscles. Okay. So as it RBC, it is having a pigment. What is the color of your blood? Red, right? Why it is red? Because it is having a pigment called hemoglobin. So RBC will give that oxygenated blood to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin will carry that oxygenated blood to each and every cell of your body. Now what happens? Cell is already having carbon dioxide. So the cells will give back carbon dioxide to the blood. Blood will carry it to the lungs. From the lungs, again same pathway, that is trachea, larynx, nasal cavity, nostrils. Carbon dioxide is out from the body, right? So this is called breathing. So let me clarify. Breathing is different, respiration is different. Breathing is exchange of gases. Respiration is getting energy from the food. Right students? So like this we find the respiration in case of human body. Hope you are understanding students. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I think I have clarified. So if you want to increase your lungs capacity, only 1/4 of the lungs capacity we are using it seems. So if you want to increase your lungs capacity so that they can hold the oxygen, you have to do the regular pranayama, yoga, right? So inhale, exhale, that all exercises you have to do, which helps to increase your good respiratory system, right? So take down the work students. Draw neat labeled diagram of human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. Second one, what is respiration? What is respiration? Name the types of respiration. Name the types of respiration. Third question. Write the various pathways. Write the various pathways to break down glucose. Those three equations I gave you: in presence of oxygen, lack of oxygen, in absence of oxygen. Those three equations you have read, that is the pathway. Okay students, so please every day be regular with the classes, study well. Next class we'll start with the transportation, right? Thank you.